So again,
Welcome back, everybody, to Real Estate Unlimited, and here we are live. I'm just double checking. All right, there we go. So, what is today's topic? What are we going to be speaking about? Today, I'm going to go over the 10 items to look for. I don't know if I'm live or not. Hold on. Testing, checking one, and see if I'm live here. I'm having internet connections. Well, regardless, we're going to keep going with this podcast. So I hope everyone's doing well today. And what we're going to be discussing is the following. We are going to be talking about 10 pointers to look at when pursuing an FHA loan. So if you are a realtor out there, or if you're a buyer and you're going to be going with FHA financing and you're looking to pursue a property, pursue a house, and you're going to go FHA, which is great. I think it's a great loan. I've sold a lot of FHAs. I'm doing one right now, doing a deal right now. There are some pointers that you need to see, because the appraiser that's going to come out there is going to use government guidelines. And there's 10 points that every realtor, I feel, should look at when they're approving this property. And I'm just going to go over the 10 points. And if you guys like to comment, go ahead and comment in. Let me know what your thoughts are. But here we go. And I pulled this off the website. FHA appraisers follow the HUD guidelines for minimal property standards. Homes must meet the following appraisal requirements to be repaired, to be met requirements to be approved by the FHA loan. These repairs must be done by the seller. Just to let you know. Number one, must have an undamaged exterior foundation and roof. The outside of the home must not have any damage to it. I've seen houses where the laminate, people put their barbecue right next to the vinyl siding, and then they're cooking and it gets warped. That's not going to pass. Brick foundation needs to be intact. Any type of exterior roof needs to be intact. Can't have holes in the roof. Can't have a leaky roof. That's not going to pass. Must have safe and reasonable property access. The driveway coming in and out needs to be safe. It needs to be reasonable. Must not contain loose wiring and exposed electrical systems. Look at the electrical box, guys. When you walk into a property to preview for your buyers, see if the box is updated. If you've got wires hanging out of the ceiling, look in the attic if there's wires hanging out. This is not going to pass FHA appraisal. Conventional, yes. FHA, no. Must not contain, we said that one. Must have all relevant utilities, including gas, electric, water, and sewage functioning properly. This is a pretty big one. A lot of times people want to buy a bank-owned home, as we can say, and the utilities must be on. Guys, I want a foreclosure. When you go into foreclosures, the utilities are not usually turned off. The bank's on the property. And if the appraiser cannot get in there to check the water, check the electrical, check the sewage, flush the toilet, they're not going to appraise it. So the home must be functional in the utility way. Getting a phone call. There we go. Okay. Must have working permanent heating system and can heat the property adequately. So the heating must be working the property. Air condition is not required, but heat is required. And when we do square footage, it is heated square footage. Must have surface free of chipping or peeling lead-based paint. You do not want to see any chip paint anywhere on the window cracks, on the doors, on the walls. You know, there's times I go show properties and the listing agent will say they're accepting FHA funding. And then I look at the window sill and there's chip paint or there's wood rot. Folks, that's not going to pass. Best thing to do when you see this type of um, damage to a home, call the listing agent, pick up the phone, call the listing agent, and say, guys, take a picture of it, send it to your lender to be approved. Also, send it to the listing agent and say, look what I found on this property. Are is the seller's going to repair this? Because with an FHA loan, excuse me, guys, with an FHA loan, sellers must uh, must make the repairs. Um, must have adequate access to the attic space and natural ventilation and crawl space. You've got to have attic accessibility. You've got to be able to get under the crawl space. They're not always going to go up there. I mean, I'm not the appraiser, but they will be checking that. And a lot of guidelines for this will also follow VA. So keep that in mind. Must have access to portable water. Must be free from wood destroying insect infestations. A termite inspection, they're not called termite inspections. A wood destroying inspection is going to be required. You cannot have that type of damage to get FHA funding. So that's one thing to be checking. A lot of times I like to go see if there's tunnels going up and down in the crawl space. By the windows, you'll see tunnels. The termites make tunnels. Must not have interior or exterior health and safety hazardous, such as no handrails on steep staircases. So any type of steep staircases, you need to have handrails. Must be a marketable property. And there we have it. Those are the 10 guidelines when you're looking at for FHA funding. I think, I've asked countless lenders, do you have a guideline? And a lot of them don't. I think they should. You can look this up. I've looked this up. And if you'd like a copy of the list, I'll be happy to send it to you. Thank you guys for tuning in and have a blessed day.